All right, if your gym has a rowing machine, a Concept 2 rower, or a fan bike like an Assault bike or an Airdyne bike, or both, I strongly suggest using these for the intervals. These, in my opinion, are the best pieces of equipment you're going to get for intervals. It's a type of, they're both the type of machine. It works your total body. The rower's going to work a pull as well as a leg drive, and this bike's going to work the pumping of the legs with the pedals as well as the arm movement. So because it works your full body and get your heart rate up a lot faster, they're also based off of fans and wind resistance, so the harder you go, the higher the resistance gets. What this works really well for is you can ramp up very quickly and increase the intensity, and then you can back way off and it'll slow down very quickly. The things you'll run into is, with a treadmill or with a stair stepper, if you're doing variable intervals and you're trying to go really hard for 15 seconds and then easier, it takes a long time for those machines. You got to push all these buttons and it takes a while for them to slow down. So while I do see a lot of value in a treadmill or a stair stepper or a conventional spin bike with some steady state cardio, okay, those things could be good for just kind of doing 40 minutes at a moderate pace. But if you're going to be doing harder intervals and you do have access to one of these two things, then I strongly suggest using them. When it comes down to rowing technique, you want to make sure you keep a pretty straight back and upright posture. What you're going to do is you're going to sit down, put your feet, buckle your feet into the foot straps, and grab the handle. The monitor has a lot of different settings, a lot of cool stuff you can do on there, but typically what you want to see on the monitor is just have it set to where it's counting meters, and that way you'll be able to see how much time has elapsed, how many meters you've rowed, meaning your distance, and then the big number on that screen is always going to be your pace. So basically your pace is a 500 meter split time. The lower that pace gets, the faster you're going. So if it's saying 2 minutes, it's telling you that it'll take 2 minutes to row 500. If it says 130, it'll take 130. So that's kind of your speedometer to gauge the intensity you're going at. Now when it comes to rowing, once you've grabbed the handle and you're all set and ready to go, what I like to do is I like to work from the very finished position. So pull the handle all the way to your belly, right about where your belly button is, keeping the elbows in, not out wide. And so your legs are straight, the handle's at your belly. Now the return into the machine, you're going to push your hands away first, and once your arms are straight, then you're going to bend your knees and follow that handle back into the machine. Get nice and close to it, and then drive aggressively with your legs. And once those legs are almost straight, then you'll follow through and end up pulling with your arms. So on the way back into the machine, your arms straighten out, and then your knees bend and your legs, and you follow the handle back into the machine. And then as you're coming back out, it's legs first, and it's all about that leg drive, and then follow through with the arms. So again, on the rower, it's a really good machine for increasing the intensity. You can really sprint on it, and then you can back off. It's great for doing interval training, and it's great because the fact that it's a total body, it's going to work your upper body and your lower body. These fan bikes are pretty easy to figure out, and you're also going to figure out very quickly that they will jack your heart rate up like none other. So when it comes to this, basically all you have to worry about is just adjusting the seat. You want to adjust that seat so that as you sit on it and with the pedals all the way at the bottom, you want your leg to almost be straight. You want just a teeny tiny bit of knee bend, so you can engage and push through that entire motion. But you don't want the seat to be so low that your knees are bent the entire time. That'll just blow your legs up. So set that seat correctly. You're just going to sit down, and when you start pedaling, push with your legs, and then you'll push with your arms at the same time. Usually what you'll do on these fan bikes is more interval type stuff. So, sprint for 15, easy for 45. There's a few different readings. Every bike's gonna be a little bit different, but usually on the screen, you'll be able to tell either some sort of distance measurement, either in kilometers or in meters, or there will be some type of measurement in calories. And so basically you can just pick one of those. If you wanna design a workout or shoot for a specific goal, just maybe, see how many calories you can do in 30 seconds. Maybe you get 5, maybe you get 7. And so then every time you have to do a hard interval, you're shooting for that same number. Okay, my goal is to get 7 again. So once again, pretty easy piece of machinery. If you really start cranking on that, it's gonna blow you up. It's gonna get your heart rate up really quick. Great way to get fit.